We are 87 turns into a wonderful game, a kind of wintry tundra-y game to match the season as Canada, and we're having the best time. We got a settler over here. It's gonna go up and grab some cocoa. We got some immortals to deal with, but that should be okay. We're gonna save up some faith to hopefully buy Hercules back. If not, we are in a monumentality age to be able to buy traders, settlers, builders, those types of things. I have moved this preserve a little bit from the last time I played. I realized here it wasn't going to affect the snow tiles at all, so I want to make sure every tile is going to be hit by the preserve. And then eventually we'll settle a city over here and then a couple cities down here for national parks and kind of see how we go. We'll look for more tundra if we can find it. I'm a little suspicious we are going to find more tundra, but we'll see. Vicky is grumpy. She's got a bit of a grumpy on because we're settling near her. I'm gonna settle where I please. Are we friends? Yeah, we're friends. You'll get over it. You'll get over it by the time it's a problem. And I'm gonna be friends with Japan just in case as well. I will be purchasing this holy site tile because I don't want to miss out. So we're gonna make sure that is all good. This settler here, this one's going up to grab the cocoa. So this settler should be coming down here to the tundra. I just don't have like any eyes down here, and the immortals are causing a problem. I'll bring you down here for now. I am a little bit worried though. One of my favorite civics is next up. That is feudalism. If we take a look at feudalism here, it gives us farm triangles, which is great, but it also allows us to have 2 extra build actions on any builders that we build after putting the card in. And that means with monumentality, we can actually use our faith to buy those builders and have 5 charge builders, which is just so incredibly efficient and really helps in the mid game kind of rev your empire up. Chorus is a decent pick here. It's not the best, but this 19 faith will kind of get spread out into some other yields, so I don't hate it. Yeah, this is going to be tricky because it's clear the immortals are hanging out down there, and we need to get down there before a city-state arrives as well. We do have Mohenjo-Daro, so we can settle off the river, which is fine. But we need to get down here before this becomes a city-state. It looks like we're going to manage to be okay and just lose the couple of mines, which certainly isn't ideal, but we have a garrison archer here now that can start pinging on the immortal. So I think all in all, we're going to be okay. The Diplo quarter is down in Quebec City. I am going to grab a harbor here for that extra trade route, a little bit of extra gold, and eventually I'll faith buy a builder to improve some of these tiles as well. I want to be a little bit stingy on my faith though, because I am hoping to get Hercules back to A, clear out these barbs, but B, build some districts for us. I am going to Sue's Kabul here. This will give us some extra experience, which should be good, and the arrow score is also great. No one else seemed keen on that, so I'll do it. I will take one for the team and get some experience. I'm actually going to take a little bit of time here to grab another hero. I just think having another hero will help us clear out these barbs better than anything else I could do at the moment. I also just want to let everyone know before the YouTube comments hit, I am aware that once you are promoted, you don't gain more than 1 experience for hitting the barbs. Kabul is still helpful for any new units I'm building. Like this guy's already got a garrison promotion, so it's just helpful to build up reinforcements really quickly, and there was no harm in using that Suze. We now have the ability to train crossbowmen, which will be super helpful. We don't have any walls, which is a little bit unfortunate, so you're gonna get there. Even if you pillage, that's fine, because I'll kill you next turn. I'm going to upgrade you to a crossbowman, though. It is 250, which is a lot of gold, but I think it'll be worth it to clear out these barbs, and you can just hang out where you are. That's totally fine. With regard to tech, I'm not sure exactly where I want to go next. You typically want to come up to flight in a tourism game. Patala Palace is quite good. Forbidden City is really good as well. Man, so many options. Maybe even just military engineering, or at least halfway through it to start getting some of these boosts up. Guilds as well is quite good. Or banking is good, sorry. Maybe up to banking? I'm going to move the settler down here to see if I can bait him into moving up and instead of pillaging. We'll see how that goes. Hey, it worked. What an idiot. What a dingus. Oh, they saw the crossbow and left. Interesting. Okay. So now I can make my way down. That's good. There's more barbs coming, but I'm going to have my hero soon, so that's totally fine. I definitely want the amphitheater. We need to start collecting great rider points, especially if we're not going to be getting the Oracle this game. Let's lock in this campus. Then we can probably go through and build it. Are we going to be grabbing Hercules? That is indeed the question. Are we going to be getting Hercules back? The era is still quite a long ways away from flipping, so I think it is worth saving up for Hercules. Hercules can put down this holy site. In which case, I would rather have a builder, please. But we'll lock in the production of the holy site anyway. Up here, I'm going to settle on this cocoa. I just want to be a little more central up by Nagano, and I want to give Quebec City a little more room to maneuver, so we are going to do that. And from there, we can build that industry and things will be great. Let's grab this industry. It's going to give us extra growth and housing in the city as well, which is super helpful. And from there, we are going to buy these 2 tiles up by Nagano, 105 each. And then that should be enough room for us to maneuver. Hopefully Nagano doesn't grow in that time. They're going to give me a great work. I'm going to give them my duplicate cocoa and some Diplo favor. They're going to give me tons of gold and a great work. I will take that deal every time. These Barbs really like getting smoked by this crossbow. The garrison crossbow is doing a ton of work here. This can just fortify, and we're going to be totally fine. I've put in the limes card, which gives me extra production towards walls, so we're going to build some walls here, and that should help us out a little bit. All right, so unfortunate pillage here, but let's use the twins to keep the swordsman. And then we send the swordsman out. And now the settler can finally move, and then we're going to collect the immortal for free. It's going to be great. I'm actually going to buy a builder in Quebec City here. There's 2 good farming tiles, and we still need that feudalism boost, so I think that's probably a good investment. And then now that we have walls here, the walls hit as strong as your kind of highest ranged unit, which in this case is a crossbow. So our walls are going to do a ton of damage to these immortals. And from here, we can kind of settle down a little bit more now. We probably do want an industrial zone here. Just 1 industrial zone usually feels pretty good. This one's not going to hit too many cities though, so I might hold off on that for now. A builder here for the salt and the iron is going to be super clutch for us. All right, we're going to use the twins and we're going to inherit the immortal, which is great. And then the immortal's got a ranged attack to kill that immortal. All right, there is that farm, and there is the feudalism boost. So now we have feudalism, so it is worth it to grab our builders now. I'm going to hold off, and I'll actually put the serfdom card in instead of that. Limes can come out as well. We don't need that anymore. I forgot to turn on the mod that's giving me my kind of adjacencies here, so that's a bit of a problem, but that's okay. We're going to play it old school. And I think I'm going to put land surveyors in to reduce the cost of a tile, and then just buy this last tile up by Nagano. I might try and buy around Nagano if possible as well, but I don't know if that's going to be an achievable goal. All right, that's another free immortal. Now, where do we want to settle here is the question. Because there's not as much room for national parks as I thought. We don't need to settle. We're going to get a freshwater settle no matter what because of Mohenjo-Daro. If this is going to be a preserve, I like the idea of settling on the sheep here. Under the volcano. And then also making this a preserve. And kind of getting the double preserve on the high appeal tiles. Usually, that's not the right tile. It usually feels pretty good here. Like this double preserve will give us some really good yields. And Hercules can build those 2 preserves and the holy site, which should work out okay. So we've chopped out the harbor now, which is great. That's a nice little bit of era score. In here, I want to get that lighthouse right away for that trade route. I've also started building a trader in Linda's Lair here, just to make sure we are using up all our trade route slots. You can see at the top we have 2, and we are only using 1. Can I use you to kill this guy? I can use you to kill this guy. And then we are going to settle this city right here. Look at that. Victoria. I didn't even realize earlier, but hold up. But up here is Vancouver, and I live in Vancouver. This is my city, baby. Hell yeah. And then, yeah, I think we just keep buying around Nagano. I just think that's funny. We earned a great scientist. It's really not the best great scientist ever, but we'll take it for the era score, and then we'll chuck it in a campus somewhere, and we'll just use it to get the extra healing on our units. Discovered Beowulf, and the medieval fairs boost isn't terrible. We don't hate the medieval fairs boost. This lumber mill is going to be a lot of production for us. And then I'm going to get the twins to actually come up to Hamilton and then take over these immortals for us. Linda's Lair is able to trade with Mogadishu for 9 gold per turn, which is a huge amount of gold. Himiko is also really good if we can get Himiko. And then we're going to sell this iron and these horses and this Diplo favor. We don't need any of it for now. And we're going to get 18 gold per turn for that too. Gonna build the university here. We can finally start faith buying builders in a moment because we are gonna welcome Hercules back. Where was Hercules made? Okay, Hercules was made in Linda's Lair. There we go. We have welcomed Hercules back. Hercules, you're gonna come down here and sauce down this holy site, and then we'll work from there. So we've got the builder. Let us grab this salt here, and then we're gonna grab this iron, and then we're gonna go and build the camp down here in the tundra for all the yields that'll give us. Hercules is in the zone now. We can build that holy site, which is even more arrow score for us, which is lovely. And from there, we're going to build both of these preserves. From there, I can buy the grove, which will give us culture and faith on these tiles, which will be absolutely exquisite for us. We have ended the sneaky Barb invasion with a whole bunch of immortals, which is awesome, which means now we can go back to building settlers in the capital to finally kind of settle out these last few locations. I'm going to pin all this out with national parks too. But I think to be honest, for now, it might just be worth working all these tiles. There's a ton of food and production I'd be leaving on the table. You can see how big the value of these builders are with 5 builds. There's going to be so much room to maneuver here. Our first order of business here is going to be building this campus, which I believe is +3, but I think it's only +3 because of the rainforest here. And so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to chop this out here. I'm going to build the campus right here, and then from there I'll be able to build a commercial hub, which I can actually place down as well just to lock in that production. So even though we're not building the commercial hub till later, it's going to cost a smaller amount than to just place it down. So that's going to be a good setup for us in Vancouver. First preserve down on the map. That's going to culture bomb a lot of these tiles, which is fantastic. And what is our appeal like? Our appeal is very good in all those tiles. So the second we can purchase the grove, which should be pretty quickly here at 600 gold, we are going to do that. And that'll give us a lot of faith in culture. We did another round of selling Diplo favor and resources, and now we have 600 gold, so let's buy that grove, and voila! It's a lot of culture and faith and food. Holy smokes. These are beautiful tiles. In order to get this preserve down as Hercules, I need to get 4 population in Montreal, so I'm going to come into my little citizen panel here, and I'm going to adjust it to work on food. That way it'll grow really quickly, and then I can adjust it back to work the high production tiles afterwards. I really don't want Antananarivo to be killed here because I ideally want to get Kilwa Kisawani and have both culture city-states. So hopefully we either find some more culture city-states or more spawn because of the Barb encampments. It does look like there's some more tundra land over here though for us to find, which is super exciting. Same deal in Montreal. We can now put down this preserve tile right here. So the overlapping tiles are going to have tons of appeal, which is exciting. So we've got to go and lock that in, which is great. And then we'll cancel you and build it. Huzzah! Now we just got to buy the grove again. I have decided to build this industrial zone. It's probably not the best choice for general appeal, but just having one industrial zone to get the great engineer points going so I can purchase the great engineers with faith, I think will be super helpful in getting us a couple of wonder engineers that we might need later in the game. We're going to build this consulate here, but I am going to need theater squares if I do want to actually get a culture victory in this game, so theater squares shall be built. It's not the best one. I wish there was something better I could build here, but without knowing where the rest of the entertainment complexes and or wonders are going, I decided to get this kind of safe district right here. I like the idea conceptually of a alliance with England. I'm not sure what kind. Research alliance might make the most sense for now. She does have a lot of culture. The problem with the cultural alliance is I won't be able to loyalty flip any of her cities, but I don't think that's really on the cards anyway. We are going to hit another golden age. Oh, maybe we're not. 2 turns till the next era. Okay. We got some figuring out to do here. All right, so if we're not going to hit that golden age, I will become a cultural ally with Victoria. It means that we're both going to get some extra culture on our trade routes, but it also means that we can't be loyalty flipped from her. So that's totally fine. Eventually, we'll get the whistle banking card as well. And the whistle banking card will give us food and production. Now, in a culture victory, we need to get trade routes to everybody, not just England. So we're going to have to work on that. But I think this is a decent decision for now. That also means we need to spend our faith right away. So I am going to grab another settler. And I would normally grab this tundra one here. I'm actually going to grab a settler up in Vancouver with this faith. And this settler from Vancouver is going to come and settle kind of in the middle here. Maybe even on this incense since we have Mohenjo-Daro. And just kind of take up more space away from Japan. I'm going to attempt to build the Patala Palace here in Vancouver. Now, which tile do I want to do? If I'm settling on the incense, I actually want to do this mountain tile here. So let's buy this tile. And then hopefully next turn I can faith buy a builder on the last turn of Monumentality. All right, entertainment complex is in. I mainly wanted that for this boost to the theater square, so I don't need the arena right now. Temple of Artemis isn't terrible, and this tile is not really being worked anyway. And it might just be worth having for funsies. If it's only going to take 7 turns, I will build it just for the funsies. It does increase tourism in a culture game that is super helpful, and also it'll help Linda's Lair grow a little bit. Also, just so everyone's aware, my plan with these mines, so these are lumber mills, but I have been building quite a few mines around the map. Those mines don't give good appeal, and later in the game I am going to need good appeal. I will replace all those mines with lumber mills once we get straight through. We're not going to build 2 caravels. Once we get straight through here to conservation, we can get our mounties, but also we can plant woods. And once we can plant woods, then I will be planting them and using lumber mills instead of the mines. And there it is. We are not in a golden age anymore. I wasn't able to buy a builder, which was a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. We do have a new government, though. Merchant Republic is giving me district production, which is nice, and a little bit of extra gold, which I am also a fan of. So let's move into that. For our policy cards, I am going to have campus and theater square adjacencies, gold from envoys, charismatic leader always stays in, serfdom until I can buy 1 more builder, and then veterancy to build some lighthouses and harbors if we can. Japan is in a dark age, which is great for us. Victoria is in a golden age, so that cultural alliance is super helpful. And I think from there, monumentality is interesting, and reform the coinage is also interesting. I think we'll get more from monumentality though. Ooh, Julius Caesar's in this game. So we met someone new, which is good. That's era score. But also, do you like to buy things, Mr. Caesar? Heck yeah, you do. Good work. Colonialism will give us the ice hockey ring, so we may as well head up there. Earn a great merchant, earn a great artist, build 2 markets. These should be achievable. Great artist is on the way, but Inca's getting a ton of points. And great merchant is very close, and Japan's also getting a ton of points. So we're in a little bit of competition for those. It's giving me an idea, though. Can I buy your great works? He's got a ton of great works. Can I trade you Diplo favor for your great works? Surely you want to get rid of some of them. You feel? No, you don't want to get rid of any of them. That might be a problem later in the game. Next Tundra City is coming down here. This will leave me enough room to settle 1 more kind of on the coastline here with a really good harbor. So we are going to do that, which is great. And then from here, we can just build on all these tiles. I don't think we'll use too many preserves around here. We do need to start pinning out some national parks, though, to make sure we don't use all of our tiles down here. All right, Kingston is down. So if we take a look at Kingston here, let's take a look at the growth here. Where does it say the housing? 5 housing for 1 citizen. So we're getting the freshwater bonus just because of Mohenjo-Daro, even though we're not settled on any water, just so you are all aware on how that's working. I can now buy the Grove down here, which is going to feel awfully nice. Or not. Ah, we still got quite a bit of work to do down here with the appeal. Okie dokie, artichoke. I can do that. That probably involves getting rid of this mine at some point, but that'll be when we get lumber mills. So we can put a district here too. That feel okay. We have a mission. We have a mission now. We have something to do. I'm gonna grab Amani and put Amani in Mohenjo-Daro just to make sure we never lose that Suze, or else we'll be in a little bit of trouble. Now I'm gonna start pinning out this empire to see where I can, or this little tundra section, to see where I can put these national parks we're hoping for. All right, so I was really easily able to pin out 4 national parks for us. That's 2 Mounties worth. As long as we can get those like right away once the Mounties are done, that'll be a great start. We are going to build tons of national parks all around here too once we can plant woods. That shouldn't be a problem. We'll build some national parks over here as well. Eventually we can hopefully settle a few more cities somewhere on the map for a few more national parks. So I think that this will be enough to start, but we're probably going to want closer to 12 or 13 national parks at the end of the game. Just kidding, I found another really easy one here. These 3 mountain tiles will all give high appeal to this tile. So that'll be a good national park in Victoria. So that's 5 national parks now. And this one's even better because it minimizes the amount of tundra tiles I have to use. Because I need to keep some of these tiles free to be built on by my empire. So we have food and production, those kinds of things. Ooh, big eruption.
Not all who want.
They said it was gentle. I'm not sure how gentle it was. Did we lose? No, we did not lose the Temple of Artemis. We just lost the production. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Is there a builder around that can help fix that anywhere? Oh, yeah. There's one in Halifax that can come help fix that. Thank you. You're going to build a mine. Again, all of these mines will be lumber mills eventually. But for now, I just need the production. Temple of Artemis. Yay. Tourism. Yeah.
And I said, lo, apart from Olympus, the sun never looked on aught so grand. Strategy.
All right, hockey rinks are coming up soon, so we should try to make sure we are building these in the right areas. Unlocks the builder ability to construct an ice hockey rink. +1 amenity, +1 culture for each adjacent tundra hills, snow hills tile. Provides tourism from the culture once flight is unlocked. 2 food and 2 production, or 2 food and 1 production once the professional sports civic is unlocked. 4 culture if adjacent to a stadium building. Can be built on tundra hills, snow hills. 1 per city, 2 appeal. Okay. I will admit to forgetting to move Magnus over here for these chops. However, he's here now, so for the next couple of chops, we will get him, and hopefully we can build Patala Palace. I'm going to head up to Renaissance Walls here. The main reason is they give us tourism, so we'll throw the Limes card back in and start building walls in all of our cities for the tourism. If you get steel, the walls that get built with steel aren't the same thing, so they don't really help out quite as much. We are going to get a holy site up here. We're going to need a ton of faith in the late game, and holy sites are a great way to do that. Final Tundra City in Brantford going down. We will make use of this lumber mill for now, and then a farm here as well. We definitely want a harbor here for the trade route. That was kind of the first idea. No, not walls. I think a harbor here for the trade route is kind of the first idea, and then after that we'll find a theater square or holy site to put down. We found a lot more tundra up here by Japan, and I am currently wondering how easy it would be to sneak some settlers kind of up the cut here and just settle way deep in the tundra. So far, I mean, we have Mohenjo-Daro, right? So we can just settle like way up in the tundra. So far, it doesn't seem like a great strategy, but I think I might try it. Oh, Scythia's in this game. I didn't realize we hadn't met the last person yet. Well, we're about to circumnavigate too. So next turn, this will be a full circumnavigation. I'm going to put the settler card in. We got to settle down here still. That's a little more tundra for us. And all of these newer cities that aren't going to use as much districts, this can all be for national parks. We're going to settle a bunch of cities up here too. There's so much room. We have Mohenjo-Daro. We can just escape the loyalty problems up here and head and do that. If we hit another golden age too, we'll just get a cultural alliance with Japan instead, and it'll be great. We're also going to flip Nagano, which is very funny, so we'll take it. There's the circumnavigation for 5 era score. And next up is... that's going to be bad loyalty too. We want to settle on this Jade for sure. So to make that work, we just simply need settlers, to be honest. There's tons of tundra up here. We're going to spam a lot of settlers and head up there. All right, the settler card is back in. And first up is Hamilton, who I will get to build a shrine eventually. But also, we're going to build the Taj Mahal somewhere. We got to build the Taj Mahal somewhere. Taj Mahal is critical for a culture game, especially one with national parks, because you can just feed off all the era score, and so it's gonna be super helpful for us. This dyes industry is great as well. We're struggling with amenities, and there's no one to buy from, unfortunately, but we can sell these dyes to Mr. Caesar for 11 gold, which is great. We've got to the point of the game where I'm not selling my Diplo favor anymore because it could come in handy for us. So I think I'm going to try and get the double cocoa gives us amenities because we have a couple of cocoa lying around. And then if we can get the culture bombs, that's great. But I don't actually care who gets the culture bombs at all. 0 zip, zilch, nada. No resources from wine, but we don't, or no amenities from wine, but we don't have any wine. And Tamara's got it. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the sexiest possible setup. Colossus, great lighthouse next to a harbor. Just so sexy. This being a culture game and whatnot, I am going to be buying this art museum. Not this turn, next turn. I miscalculated that. But we have these extras now, and they're not gonna give us duplicates. So we might as well sell them for what we can. Now I can buy the art museum. So that's gonna get opera and ballet for us, or at least get us the boost, which is great. After Grandmaster's Chapel, we're going to go into Settler, Linda's Lair, also Settler. I want 3 cities up in this tundra at least. That'll be a lot of national parks for us up there. We are also starting to get our hockey rinks online. That'll be in 2 turns. And so I want to make sure I have builders on those tiles ready to go for when that happens. Hockey rinks are now in, which is great. Some of those cards might be nice, but it's time to put them down. How much culture am I getting? 6 culture for this hockey rink, which is awesome. So we'll take that. And then down here, how much am I getting? Another 4 culture. Good stuff. And then the rest of them, we're just going to fill in as we go along. We got the builders. They're just going to move around and build some hockey rinks, everybody. Antananarivo is going to give us 2% culture for each great person we've ever earned. So it's not a ton of culture right now, but hopefully we can get up to that 30% and earn those 15 great people. So let's do that. Now we're up to 150 culture. That's not so bad. We're up to about 1 culture per turn for the game time turn we're on, 150. So that's not terrible. I've had better culture games, but this one's not going bad. Did we get Nagano? We did get Nagano. Nagano is going to be huge for us. It's a lot of really good tiles. We're going to get rid of all of these rainforests and make them woods, which is helpful. Civil engineering is great, but when can we get up to conservation? Yeah, a neighborhood district should be easy enough. Oh, I should have bought an archaeological museum. That might have been smart. Oh well, such is life. You live and you learn. I'm gonna go curators, so 100% tourism from great works in the city the tourism is gonna increase by 100%. We have a couple of great works of writing there, so that should be helpful. I'm gonna build walls as mentioned for a little bit of tourism, and then we are going to build a settler. And this settler is heading straight through up into the tundra. Just a straight journey up on through. All right, so I think this will be the Patala Palace. Will it be? Ah, it wasn't quite the Patala Palace. All right, next turn. Hopefully next turn. This is our hockey rink simulator. Which hockey rink are you getting? I think this one might not be so bad. Everyone needs a hockey rink, though. It's the rules. It's the rules of being Canadian. Oh, I had one. No, I'm an idiot. I had one down here already. Can I build it on snow? I think I can build it on snow. Anyways, what else do we got to do? We got to plant woods to increase all this appeal by the preserve. We got the holy site. Next up is a theater square. There's no good theater squares available, which is a little bit unfortunate, but they do increase appeal. Theater squares do increase appeal, so I suspect just putting one on the woods here is fine regardless. Oh, you suck, Mr. Barbarino. I don't like you. We got the Patala Palace! This never happens! It's very good. The Patala Palace is very, very good.
My being onto some dimension of consciousness that I'd never visited before.
Heck yeah, there we go. Look at that. And we got the extra policy card slot. Huge dub. Whistlebankin is going to be the card for the food and production to our allies. We have quite a few trade routes, and by that I mean 2 of them with our allies, so that's helpful still. And I think this is all still fine. We're building settlers, campus, theater square adjacency. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. Now that that's done, though, we definitely want to build... This would be a great holy site next to Patala Palace. It's also going to be a great theater square, and I want a theater square in these cities. So we're going to grab the market for the trade route and then do that. We are dangerously close to a golden age, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. And so just for the 1 era score, I'm going to come through Pangea here. We can indeed build our hockey rink in the snow, and there it shall be, just a flat 6 culture. That's hilarious. To be or not to be? That is the question.
Suffer the sling.
I don't know why Shakespeare's French all of a sudden, but it's still the question. To be or not to be. In Kingston, we are going to get this shrine. Then we're going to sauce down this theater square next to Patala Palace because we need it. What's great is we can just use Mounties to put our national parks down, so we can spend all of this faith on either great people or rock bands later. Rock bands get expensive, and we're going to need them. Ooh, we did earn our first great artist. That's fantastic. And we're going to put it in the Pangea city because tourism boost and all that stuff, but that's a good start for us. There's a lot going on here in Nagano, and I need to purchase... come back, Nagano. I need to purchase this tile next to the Patala Palace to make sure that's all good, and lock the production in for that. And then I'm going to build an entertainment complex right next to both of these guys right here. It's going to be great. I'm holding off on this alliance with Victoria until the era flips in 4 turns, because if she's in a dark age and we're in a golden age, I might be able to flip 1 or 2 of her cities, and I don't want to be locked into a cultural alliance if I'm going to be able to flip some cities. And our little settler that could is almost at their final destination up in this tundra. And there we are. We are in the industrial era. Let's see what happens. Come on, please be in a dark age. Yeah, she is in a dark age. So let's see if we can flip some of her cities. Hickshunt Dracones is almost certainly going to be the best choice here, because we're going to be settling a lot of these tundra cities. So let's see here. Are we loyalty flipping anything? Not specifically, but I'm going to hold off on the alliance just in case we can. So that's fine. Japan's in a standard age. That is also good. We are going to go Hickshunt. There's almost no way this is the same continent, right? No, this is a completely different continent. So we want to settle in a way where we can actually get these new luxuries while still having lots of national parks. I think somewhere kind of right in the middle here is probably good for that. I'll pin it out next turn. All right, the next settler that could is coming on up. Just follow the same path. You're doing great. And we had a winter storm that came through, so lots of stuff to repair. And a builder to collect. What's up, dude? And I think our first city in a new home is going to be a great spot to kind of leave this off. How this is going to work is all the tiles kind of behind the city are going to be for farming and mining, so we have some production. All the tiles kind of in front of the city here, with the exception of this ivory, which will work, will be for national parks. And that way we have a good mix of food and production in these cities and also national parks. So let's do that. Ooh, okay. There we go. St. John is down. And then we are going to be able to build lumber mills quite soon too. So I will pin this all out and make a whole empire in the tundra here with 5 or 6 or 7 national parks, which will, you know, increase our tourism, give us a ton of era score, make sure we are in a good spot to end the game here. But I think that's a great spot to kind of end off this video. I hope you enjoyed this part of our Canada gameplay. The game is really heating up here. I find this kind of random tundra strat up here absolutely hilarious. So hopefully we can kind of squeeze Japan from this side while building a lot of national parks, which are coming up at Mounties here with conservation. If you enjoyed that video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment down below. Check the description for a bunch of links. We got Twitter, we got Discord, we got all kinds of things. There's a Let's Play channel, all kinds of things you might enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.